In this video, we're going to expand the functionality of our pack and add alternative fire to the bazooka and make it a grenade launcher as well. First of all, we're gonna copy fire logic for the bazooka and paste it right beneath. We're going to rename the comment and the event. Compile. Next, we go to our AltFire Logic. We have two inputs, input action fire and input action AltFire. Again, this can be set in project settings, input. Here you can add the action mappings and the keys assigned to it. We have only one alternative fire, which is the right punch. So we check if weapon selected is set to 0, and if this condition is satisfied, we go to the right punch. And our normal fire, we have a sequence of checks. If weapon is selected is set to 0, we go to the left punch, 1 for the hammer swing, 2 for the pistol, 3 for the shotgun, and so on, finishing with the bazooka on 7. This variable, simple integer, is set in our weapon selection logic, right here. On release, we check if weapon is selected, set to 5, then we go to minigun fire release. If it is 6, we go to plasma gun fire release. So for our alternative fire, we will have to add some logic right here. So we check if weapon selected is set to 7. And in that case, we go to our newly created event, bazooka grenade fire. Right so. So whenever we hit our AltFire input, it will check if weapon is selected is 0. If not, then it will go further and check if weapon is selected equal to 7, and we will go to our grenade fire. You can double click on it and it will transfer us to our event. Now we need the grenade blueprint. So we go to our weapons folder, bazooka, rocket projectile, and we duplicate our bazooka rocket projectile, rename it to bazooka grenade projectile. Open it up. First of all, we do not want it to explode on first hit. So we will move this and this. And add a branch, a condition. Here from the hit results, we will drag from the actor and cast to pawn. and convert it by right-clicking, convert to pure cast. This gives us this success output. Connected so. So this way, whenever we hit something, it will check if the actor that we hit belongs to the pawn class. In this case, our explode logic will fire. We also want it to explode after a period of time. So from the event begin play, we add a sequence. And we add a delay, set it to, let's say, 4 seconds. And from here, we go to our explosion logic. Also, what we want to do is to make sure that the explosion happens only once, just to make sure that our actor does not collide twice and give us a double explosion or anything like that. So we will add a node called do once right here. This will make sure that our explosion happens only once. Also, before destroying the sound attached, it is a good idea to check if it is valid, just in case. Now we will see our components. Our sphere collider, we want it to simulate physics, and we have to make sure that the gravity is enabled. We also need this simulation for the generation of hit events during the simulation. Make sure that collision is enabled and set to query in physics. And we also need to look for CCD, which is continuous collision detection. Otherwise, our projectile will go through the wall time to time. Now we go to our projectile and set it to shoot bounce. We will change our speed to 3000. And now we save it, compile, back to our main blueprint, and we change the spawning actor to our newly created grenade projectile. Compile. Let's see what we've got so far. As you can see, we now have a grenade. We would also want to adjust the particles. Let's go to the particles. We will create a duplicate of the rocket trail and rename it to grenade trail rocket flash and name it grenade flash and rocket fire to grenade fire. Now, first of all, we will open our grenade flash, and we don't want the shockwave, and probably no fire. Next, our grenade trail. We will take out the flames. And finally, the grenade fire. We will take away the shockwave. We will go to our Bazooka grenade projectile blueprint and change the particles. So rocket fire to grenade fire here. Also in the components, instead of the rocket trail, we go to grenade trail. And in our main blueprint, we will change our emitter from rocket flash to grenade flash. Let's see how it looks. Let's make a few more adjustments to the particles. Here, in the fire trail effects, instead of spawning the emitter at location, we will spawn it attached to the component. Spawn emitter attached. We will transfer this here, here, and here. We do not need actual location anymore, but we have to attach it to the Bazooka rocket component. Something went wrong. Let's see. Oh, we haven't specified right. We changed it in the emitter at location, and now we have to specify it here. Grenade fire. Okay, this is much better. However, I can see that the fires are not in the right place. Let's move the location to -10. This is the relative location. So from here, it'll go here. Now it seems to be in the right place. However, the collision component doesn't work, doesn't look nice this way for the grenade. So we will want to delete this sphere and use our static mesh component for the collisions. Again, we have to set it to simulate physics. Simulation generates hit events. Our CCD make sure that collision is enabled and set to query in physics. And I think this is pretty much it. Alright,